No two programs have rocked the establishment more than these two, and it's built a rivalry between them. It's been nasty at times. It's had its fair share of cheap shots and ruined seasons, all in the quest for the milk can. Welcome to Boise, Idaho, and Albertson Stadium, home of the Boise State Broncos. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Fresno State Bulldogs, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Broncos will kick it away to start. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The gun to give to the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one. All right, guys, let's chat about Fresno State. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
Oh, he can't hang on, and those arms might have favored an alligator there, and it'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. He's looking deep. He's got it down the right side.
Talking to this coaching staff, they felt they had matchups in the passing game that they could win, and they wanted to test this defense and see if they could take the top off. Well, you saw it right there. Opening drive of the game, they're being aggressive, they're taking a shot, and they come up with a big one. And trust me, fellas, they're going to keep taking those shots because they've got some dudes outside.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Slithers into space. Breaks into the open. He get it down to the 35 before he's stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down.
You want to get the crowd out of the game? Make it boring. Pound the football. Run the football right at them. It takes the juice away. It takes that sauce away. You don't get to those third down situations where they get absolutely bonkers, and it's hard for the quarterback to even think. Just run the football right at them.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Fresno State.
Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. Got his man to the left. He is down at the one. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
Well, this guy obviously spent a lot of time in the film room this week because he is dissecting this defense early in the game in the opening drive. Great job with his eyes, great job with his rhythm, an explosive play there. This defense does not have an answer for this dude.
Fresno State lines up with a first and goal. The give. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. Touchdown, Fresno State. Quick strike through the air for the score. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Offense in a bunch formation. The give to the back. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Broncos come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play.
Football 7. Football 7. Phase 27 jump.
To the air on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Clinton. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Guys, they first played in 1977. They've had their battles in the WAC, the Mountain West, and here they are again today.
Yeah, they've changed conferences, and it's kind of an interesting rivalry, Palmer, because they don't play every year. So, but it's been kind of neutral the last 10 matchups, so good little rivalry, still budding, still blooming.
Yeah, it's a fun one to watch, David. This thing really kicked off back when Boise State joined the WAC, and that year they upset then number 8 Fresno State. I think that's when people around the country started paying more attention to this rivalry.
Here's the handoff. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Fires downfield. Finds a man on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Handoff from the gun. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. And the Broncos come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but 3rd down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggled to try to find a play to get someone open.
This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before they'll recycle that down marker.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. behind the defense. He makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
That's the end of the period. Fresno State has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Quarterback may change this route. Trying to seal the edge on the right. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State. That his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. You open a drive like that, and you've got some operating room. It's 1st down from the 38. Looking downfield on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous.
Pick off! What a play by this defense!
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Broncos can really attack on this 2nd and short.
Here we go, here we go.
Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Hardy. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Sweet cut there. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack.
Give him 6. Touchdown, Broncos. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well, and I'd give back that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Fresno State right back to the line.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Give to the running back. Got the first down and still on his feet. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. This is intercepted along the sidelines, but no, he's out of bounds. It's just an incomplete pass. Very fortunate turn of events for the offense. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Throws to the back. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Broncos! The defense does the work itself for the pick 6.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Navy is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners Joe Bellino and Roger Staubach among the legends to wear that uniform. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Notre Dame. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Let's take a second to talk about Fresno State. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
To the air on 1st down. Throwing right. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
So now it's 2nd and long. The inside handoff. There he goes.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
The Bulldogs, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. From the red zone, looking for a man. Going for it all. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
You got to be so careful as a QB when you're throwing outside. It's got to be on time. That one a little bit late, and the defender caught it out of bounds. That should have been another interception. This QB's already thrown a couple.
He's moving out of the pocket. He wants it all. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Snagged out of the air. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Looking deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Bulldogs. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
And he tacks on the extra point. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Got it? Let's go, let's go.
Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Looking to the big tight end. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Fires to the right. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Inside the 20, stopped at the 19 as they try to get a score on the board before the half.
And I love this defense being ready at the end of the half, playing the 2-minute situation beautifully, forcing the turnover here now, a chance to break this tie, get some points. Nice execution by this defense late in the first half.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Bought a little time, lets it go. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. It's good. And with that, they've taken the lead.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Fresno State lined up to kick off and start this second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
And the Broncos have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They're testing the right side here. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Used to play fake, now to throw. Floating away. Quarterback gets past the marker. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. And they were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, I take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
He'll take a shot. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, quarterback trying to get aggressive, trying to take a shot deep down the field, but just not on the same page with his wide receiver as the pass falls incomplete.
The Broncos come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration, so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
And the Broncos come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Northwestern is just getting blown off the field right now, and it may continue to get worse before it gets better. If it gets better. What a shocker today in Evanston. They're trailing by 14 to Ohio State. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to get the corner. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got his man. And he's brought down after a nice game.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unleashes one deep. To the end zone, and it's picked off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Broncos buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's cool.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
And here comes the offense on second down. Quarterback making adjustments. Second down, he'll throw it. He's going to let it go. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
You know, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. Third and short from inside the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Hardy. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Pressure coming. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And that's how you take care of one of the faster quarterbacks in college football. You don't even give him a chance to scramble. That defense was all over him. They had multiple guys win their one-on-ones. They got into the backfield and brought him down for a sack inside the pocket.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
That's a great play by this defense. It's hard when you go against a guy that's so good at the quarterback spot. He can make so many plays, but the defense understood that rep. Nice job getting to him, corralling him, getting him on the ground, and creating the big sack.
He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Final play before the end of the quarter. Hand off from the shotgun. And he was able to pick up a few yards on the ground, and the clock has run out here in the 3rd. We've reached the end of the period. Boise State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Gets the back moving. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Second down coming up. Motion from the wideout. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Snagged in the middle. It's Pierce. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Looking for space, it's Griffin. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you can tell they got in there so quick, The offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with him. Nice job getting the tackle for a loss.
He's going to run it. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Really nice timing. Nice job by the quarterback. He drops back to pass, but how about saving your best for when it matters most late in the ballgame? Biggest run of the day in a big moment.
Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
You know, you toss the ball to the running back to get him away from all the big boys, right? Like, stay away from the beef. Those guys get you on the ground with one meat hook. Do a good job tossing the ball in the perimeter, but goodness gracious, has to break one tackle, just fighting as hard as he can to try to get positive yards, but too many guys coming after him too quickly.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. It's complete on the right side. He does not get there. Stopped at the 25-yard line, and let's see what they do now on fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the grab. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. Defense covering it up and not... Offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And talk about getting excited just to lose it again. The offense gets the first down. You got enough yards, but what do you have to do? You got to take care of the football. You can't cough it up. The defense forces the fumble, recovers it, takes all the wind and all the momentum back to their side.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes.
Touchdown, Fresno State! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here, this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. With that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
And it's good, and he's got the lead up to 3 late. So that drive covered 40 yards, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. And the Broncos can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Wide open downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking downfield on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
And I like it. Very smart defense, understanding the clock, understanding they're going to try to push the ball down the field. Great job playing deep, breaking on the football, making sure that receiver doesn't catch it. Smart IQ defense.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. It's complete to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your 2nd and 3rd read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
On the move, he fires. A strike downfield. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now. This offense needs to get some points. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Hey, and you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? You got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
Makes a grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. The Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, it's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
If you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points, and this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Hand off to the fullback. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
And you got to use a timeout right now after that run play. You've got 3 in your back pocket. You can't take them with you. You're losing this game right now, so take all the time you can to make sure that your quarterback and your head coach and play caller are all on the same page.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might... Touchdown, Broncos! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And what a job by the offense, coming up with a huge play when they absolutely had to have it the most. There are virtually seconds left on the clock right now. Big-time players making big plays in big games to close this thing out.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. He's got it down the left. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Now he'll fire back into the middle. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And what a way for this defense to end it. A pick as time runs out. So Boise State takes down Fresno State, and these two often use each other as a measuring stick. That's how rivalries are born, and this one certainly delivered. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.